What's up, dudes? It's Molly. Just getting ready this morning. It's 5:55 on the clock. I hear it. Now it's 5:56. My computer just turned off. So you guys, I just woke up and Spirit said, let's talk about some buzzwords. Buzzwords like the Great Depression, the Dust Bowl, and Social Security, entitlements. We've been hearing these words, the last one, Social Security and entitlements. And it made me think about when, this is a morning muse, it made me think about a long time ago. I was looking on X. It may have still been Twitter. I'm not sure. And there was a highly intelligent person. Clearly they were like a business type person. But they were younger. And they were saying, why should my money pay for older people's entitlements for Social Security? And that person was not originally born in the United States of America who is saying this. So Spirit says we're going to have some American history immediately. Because there are a lot of people that are confused on what Social Security truly is. So we're going to time warp way back to the Great Depression. So in the 20s in the United States, think Flapper time, think Great Gatsby time. We had a soaring up. Woo, woo, woo. Everybody, life is good. The roaring 20s. Let's party. Then the 30s came. Nosedive. The Great Depression. The wave crested. So, with the Great Depression, the Dust Bowl happened. And the Dust Bowl in the United States of America went like this. We didn't have regulations in agriculture like we do now. So farmers would say, oh, that field over there, I always plant corn or whatever in that field. That's my cornfield. So for all these years, over and over, I have planted corn in this particular field. And another farmer says, this particular field, I only plant wheat. For 10 years, I have planted wheat in this field. And that's how farmers did it. And whatever crop they consistently planted over and over in that field sucked all the nutrients out of the dirt. All of it out. So the topsoil of the dirt went from being dirt to being dust. It was dead dirt. They had sucked all of the nutrients out and didn't put anything back in. So our farmland in the United States of America was covered in like dust. Then we had massive windstorms, and it was like a blizzard of dust. Then everybody started getting hungry. The crops weren't growing. And it all happened at the same time. Then you start seeing long lines of people at soup kitchens, food disbursement, I hear. Back then, if you didn't have money, you didn't eat. There wasn't all sorts of charities that would feed you. No, you wouldn't eat. Your children wouldn't eat. And half of the United States of America wasn't eating. It was a very dire situation. If you were a senior citizen and you stopped working because you're old and you didn't have any money saved up, you're fucked. You're not going to eat. You're not going to have any money to pay your rent. That was the status of the American citizens until the mid-30s, where they started Social Security. So what Social Security is it's pretty much a retirement fund for you. But other people aren't paying your retirement fund. No, you're paying your retirement fund. All the money that an American citizen gets from Social Security is their own money. It's not a free handout. It's not nothing. So ever since the mid-30s, when a person starts a job here in the United States, their employer is required to take that person's Social Security number and report it into the government. The government will start taking out a percentage of that person's paycheck. It's all just mathematical equations. So say, and has happened, it's happened to every American citizen. 16 years old, you get your first job, however old. You say, oh, I'm so excited. I got a big paycheck. I can't wait. You get your paycheck. What in the fuck is this? Taxes? Social Security? There's some money missing out of my paycheck. It's not a lot, but it's some, and it's going to Social Security. Yeah, that money is not going to some old person that I don't know because we collectively take care of our old people. That's not how Social Security works. This is where people are confused. Every single penny that has been taken out of every single one of my paychecks goes into a bank account for me called my Social Security account. Nobody else is getting my money. The government is sitting on my money until I am a senior citizen and can't work anymore. And then my own money that I have paid in will be doled back out to me. That's what Social Security is. So senior citizens in the United States are not receiving the same Social Security. It's not an entitlement. Social Security is not an entitlement. The only entitlement Social Security might be for is for the United States of America. Because the United States of America, the money manager for all of their citizens when it comes to Social Security, has said, we are requiring you to have your own personal bank account for when you're older. You have no choice in it. You are going to pay in to take care of yourself when you're older. So when everybody turns, you can be as different ages. When everybody turns somewhere in their 60s, you can start getting your Social Security money back. But that's all your money. It's all money that has been taken out of your own paychecks. And so when I turn old enough to get my Social Security and my neighbor turns old enough, say we have the exact same birthday, boom, we get our first Social Security paychecks. We get our first Social Security checks. Yeah, they are not the same amount. It's not an entitlement. They are not the same amount. They are whatever each of us has paid into our own Social Security account. So I may have worked a job that got paid less than the person next to me when I was 25 to 35 years old. And I wasn't putting as large of a percentage into my own Social Security as this person next to me who made more money during those years. And that person will get more money back because it's their money. It's not like a universal fund and we're all getting entitlements. No, we're just getting our money back that we earned ourselves. Each individual person. That's what Social Security is. There's no handout from the government. The government does benefit from Social Security. How does the government benefit on it? Well, I am 50 years old, and I won't be able to tap into my Social Security for another 12 to 15 years, depending. So I got my first job at 15. Every paycheck I've ever made since I was 15 years old has had a portion of that money tucked away from me. But it's not just sitting in an empty vault. No. The government is earning interest on that money for themselves. That's where the entitlement is. The government earns interest on it. I'm not earning any interest on it. This money they're holding all this time, the government is earning interest on it. That's the entitlement. The entitlement is for the government. But people, especially people who weren't born and raised in the United States, don't understand how Social Security works. They look at their check and say, I see this percentage of my paycheck is being removed. I don't want to pay for some senior citizen I don't even know. You aren't. That senior citizen that you don't even know, the money they're getting is their own money that they put in every paycheck. And that money that you see coming out of your paycheck, when you are a senior citizen, you will get your own money back. Nobody is getting your money. It's being held for you for when you're old and feeble and you can't take care of yourself. You have no choice in it. People say, I don't need a banker. I'm in charge of my own. No, you're not. That's what it costs to be an American citizen. Your own money to pay for you when you're old. That's what Social Security is. And it astonishes me how many educated people haven't bothered to learn what Social Security is. And the reason it got started, how it works. We're not paying, you are not being forced to pay for some senior citizen you don't even know. No. Who you're being forced to pay for is your future self. All money that's ever taken away from you will come back to you when you're older and you can't make money anymore. And the reason that happened is because we had senior citizens dying in the streets. Senior citizens dying in the streets. If you're disabled, you can tap into your Social Security, that kind of thing. That's your money. So Social Security is not an entitlement. It's your money that you earned that's been on hold all these years for when you can't earn money anymore. You have taken care of your older self. You've been forced to, but the reason why is we collectively as the United States have decided we don't let our senior citizens just die on the streets of starvation if they don't have any family to take care of them. No. We decided as a country with Social Security, we force you into investing for your senior citizen self. And all that money that has ever been taken out of your paycheck doesn't go to anyone but you. That's how Social Security works. So if you're going around calling Social Security an entitlement, it sounds like you don't know what you're talking about. Entitlements are welfare, are free money. Social Security, you earned all that money. That is your money. So there's the morning muse. We just gotta be educated about what we're talking about. We have to learn why that happened. So maybe my computer just went down. Maybe we should learn about the Dust Bowl today. The Dust Bowl in the United States of America. And like I said, that's when farmers just sucked all the life out of the dirt and turned it into dust. Then the wind started blowing. Nobody could grow anything. People were starving and hungry. After the Dust Bowl happened, and this is in the 30s, after the Dust Bowl happened, we ended up having regulations. The Army Corps of Engineers might mean something. I just heard that. We have agriculture regulations. After we saw what happened, if you keep consistently planting the same crop in the same field over and over again, it will kill the dirt. We learned that through the Dust Bowl. So what we do now is we rotate crops. So one year this field will grow corn. The next year it will grow soybeans. The next year after that, they'll go back to corn. They'll rotate so they're not sucking all the nutrients consistently out of the dirt. They'll let fields rest for a year so it can replenish. Respect the earth, I hear, and it will provide for you. I hear pillage and you get nothing left. All right, so there's a little soul school history lesson from a person born and raised in the United States of America.